Yeah. The listeners, those who are not watching, Ariel's wearing a Year shirt. So you just have to watch. You just got to watch the video to see that. But if not, I just told you.
That's right.
That ass says Year.
Shout out to Perico Limited. Top this from there.
Hey, shout out to them.
They're
from the BX.
And this is episode 68, I believe.
Let me fact check you real quick. It is.
Episode 68.
It is.
So, y'all should know this already, but it is the Brown Steve Jobs mixed with Steve Austin, a.k.a. Look upon my works, all ye mighty in despair. I am Aussie Mandius.
Let them know.
BX de lo mío, what's good? Que lo que? Here joined by, reporting live from the Phantom Zone, Rigostoso from the Lost Borough, founder of the Zach Vengers, Clown Prince. And
I need a Zach Vengers symbol. I gotta like
logo. So what's it called? I don't know what the word is that they use in the thing.
I don't know either. I don't watch anime like that. What the fuck? This is gonna be 2 fingers sticking up.
Why Zach Vengeance?
Zach Vengeance.
Fultan.
Oh, we acting up today.
We got a lot to discuss.
Also here joined by the only mutant in Westchester, whipping them through rocket ship. Oscar winner for Best Extra in a Motion Picture, working 14,605 hours a week. Magneto.
Yabba dabba.
Yeah.
Mark is, aka Zoom is fake. He's currently in Parsippany, New Jersey, doing God knows what.
Driving to Florida, but he's in Parsippany.
He's in Parsippany, but driving to Florida at the same time. He's in 2 places at once because he's Zoom, and yeah, you guys are chilling with villains.
You could do that.
What's good, yo?
Yo, well, first and foremost.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I hope y'all having a good week. It's a short week, right? Is everyone off on Friday?
So far, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And he's like, if I wasn't, I was gonna call out because.
This ain't the I'm interested in, pero I'll take the day.
Yeah, but So
yeah.
it's a short week. Today we were actually supposed to have our guy from comicbook.com, Chris Chillin, on. Unfortunately, now we know he is a complete ditcher. He ditched us today. Nah, I'm just joking. He hit us up early in the morning. He was like, yo, my fault, guys. Can we reschedule for next week? So that would be next week's podcast. But for today, the big topic of discussion. So, all right, hold on. Let me find a tweet. I want verbatim. I want verbatim. Hold on. The first joint, right?
Hold on. Yeah. Keep going.
Oh, I almost read the real wrong thing. Where it went? Did he delete the first one?
He deleted it?
Oh no, right here. I'm bugging. Hey. So this was posted 2 days ago, right? He posted a video of them at San Diego Comic-Con, like the Justice League cast. And
oh yeah.
He was saying, Zach picked a good guy to come in and replace him, and he's just changing a couple things. He's finishing Zach's vision out, and then the second he stops talking, like he looks at Jason Momoa, and like and Momoa's just like,
yeah, he should know, like he's just like, nope, yeah, nothing. So and even Ray was like.
Right, he looked at him. He's like, "Yo, like, did I play that bullshit off, or did I play it off?" So in the caption he wrote, "I like to take a moment to forcefully retract every bit of this statement." And the big
court.
I know he was like, "I'm gonna make it official." So he was like, because at the beginning too, he wrote, no, he didn't write. He said. Hold on. Time I'll cut it. Can you stop distracting me? Oh my god, dude. No, like I'm just like you keep looking at me and I'm just like
Yeah, we gotta keep this
I feel
in.
like you want to say something to me and I can't look right now and I'm just like all right. Shout out to Kayla. All right. Excuse me. Where was I? All right.
I got him shook.
So
Oh my god.
in the beginning, right? He goes, Joss is a good guy. So the fact that he's saying I like to forcefully retract every bit of this statement, meaning he's even taking that like off. He's like, yo, nah, not even that. He's not even a good guy. And then today he tweets again. Joss Whedon's on-set treatment of the cast and crew of Justice League was gross, abusive, unprofessional, and completely unacceptable. He was enabled in many ways by Jeff Johns and John Berg. Accountability over entertainment.
Translate that.
Translate that.
What does he mean by
LDR?
The last sentence.
Like instead of exactly what he did in that video was just for entertainment purposes, right? Like, oh,
for the look.
Yeah, for the look. It's like Josh a good guy, you know, there's nothing wrong. Like we're all having a great time with him. But when truthfully, at least, you know, so I just want our viewers to understand now. We don't know if this is true. We don't know if this is false. Ray is saying it. I personally don't believe Ray would bullshit about something like this, but we can get into that. We can get into that in a little bit. But what I want to say before that though is like, yeah, so he's saying we got to hold these dudes accountable for the shit that went down while shooting instead of, you know, that little kind of fake smiles that they were putting on. So, I mean, I want to let me say my piece first with it and why I think that he's not bullshitting this. I get it. Yeah, it's like 3 years later, but like how much other shit has come out, you know, how many years later? Not to like be, you know, party pooper or anything or like a pity, but like Bill Cosby. Like shit was silent for mad long and then out of nowhere. Right. So it's just like, you know, and this is not even that far down the line because I saw a lot of people was like, oh, you know, this is so like coincidental. Like after the Snyder Cut gets announced, I'm like, actually, like it's probably the perfect time to say shit like this because that shit's already announced, that shit's already coming. No ifs, ands, or buts, right? So yeah, now he probably got no NDA, which is the title of our last episode. You should go check it out. Shameless plug. But so no NDAs, nothing. Like he wants to say what he wants to say, and to me, I think it's true, especially for let's say him and the other minorities that were working on and off screen, because like the lady that was supposed to play his mom in the movie, which I don't think we even got a scene with her. I think we just got like a picture frame. Mm-hmm. She commented on that and was just like, I want to see exactly what she said, but it was more along the lines like, word, like, I agree. Another stunt woman, oh no, Gal's body double said the same thing. And mind you, I think Gal's body double is the girl that's actually on the floor with Ezra Miller's, you know, face on her chest for that comedic scene, quote unquote comedic scene by Joss Whedon, which he already used in Age of Ultron. So
I'm trash.
remember when the Tony Stark's Manor got attacked and Bruce Banner's face, like he face planted onto Scarlett Johansson's breasts in Age of Ultron? Yeah. So he did that exact same scene in Justice League, but with Ezra and Gal, or like their body doubles or whatever, but with Flash and Wonder Woman. So both corny scenes. So don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna take away from Joss Whedon and what he did on Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron. I enjoyed both films, but ever since Justice League came out, y'all know my take on him. Y'all know how I feel about him. I know Ariel. We have this debate all the time because you're like, you can't put 100% of the blame on Joss. I can put some of the blame on him, and I will, and I will stand by that because he could have just been like, yo, this isn't my work. So I'm going to take whatever Zach was doing and I'm going to just complete it, which is what people were saying was happening, right?
Isn't there rumors that he was a big push for eliminating his vision.
Yeah. I mean, again, all specs. So I'm not going off. I'm not even going off anything like that. Anything that people are like, oh, he was supposed to do this and that. I'm going off based off what he should and could have done.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, but instead he creates a 2-hour clusterfuck. So to me, and by the looks of it, to the cast and crew, it was hell for us as the audience and hell for them behind and on camera.
How do you think Zack Snyder feels about this?
Well, he liked Ray Fisher's tweets. He liked them.
All right, so I believe him.
and so here's the thing too, because a lot of people are like, why is Ray saying stuff? Ray was saying, oh my god, hold on. Can you leave me alone? But like, I look at my phone and I get distracted what I'm gonna say.
That's not my fault. That's your fault.
Is that lightning?
I was just giving my input.
Okay, I will read your input in a little bit.
No, fuck you.
No, fuck you.
Wow, you could get away with saying that? I would have died mid-sentence. I'm like, yo,
All right, where were we?
Nah, fuck this shit. Fuck you.
Where were we?
I don't know, but get Marley.
He said get Marley.
Suck on a fish deal.
Okay. So where were we? What'd you say, Brian?
Zach, that we're talking about how Zach liked the
yeah.
I was like,
okay. Yeah, so another thing, what I was gonna say was, I think why Ray is pushing this more than, let's say, the other cast members, for a couple reasons. One, he was originally the heart of Zach's film. So imagine this could be your big Hollywood break.
this is his debut film.
Right. So it's like, it's your big Hollywood break. You are going to be, although it's a movie with other stars, you're going to be the main focus. And then you end up being just another pawn, basically, in the whole thing.
Yeah, but then that, just like Eunice said, that gives a motive. Not to lie, but maybe to escalate it a little bit.
No, 100%. Shout out our guy, Real World The Flash. Everyone's going to give their input on this, of course. It's the hottest thing right now on it's trending on Twitter. So it's like, everyone is going to give their take on it, and I hope we can get more. I hope, someone like Ben. And the reason I also believe it, though, is because look what Ben Affleck said about the whole thing. He said he would never want to go through another Justice League production nightmare again. So to me, it's like, and then when the Snyder Cut gets announced, he's one of the people promoting it. That goes to show you something, dude. Like, clearly when Zach was there, nobody was having issues. They were.
These are good points.
They're enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
The second that and of course, again, all specs. It could be just that, everyone was changing everything and they had to go through this whole thing and do new scenes. That itself is just probably hell because it's a lot of hours. But I don't know. It just seems when Zach's there, it's like, oh, no problem, Zach. We'll work however many hours are needed. We want to get this done for you. And Ben tweeting, even when he said he's done with the role caused them nothing but hell. Him tweeting, release the Snyder Cut. Him promoting himself as Batflick for the Snyder Cut. Come on, man. That just goes to show you something. Like, there's something off about the whole when Joss Whedon took over, and it, to me, it shows. To me, it shows just by Affleck's tweets alone. And now Ray saying this. But the ironic thing about the whole thing is that, so he sent shots out to Jeff Johns and John Berg, right? And just today, Jason Momoa got cast as to voice a live action film for Frosty the Snowman. He's gonna be voicing the iconic snowman, and guess who's involved? John Berg and Jeff Johns are producing it. So it's just like, now it's a discussion of loyalty over royalty again. Like, Jason wants his check, I'm assuming, right? Yeah. That's what it's all about. It's about the check. But I would have loved if he would back Ray up on this right now. Like that would be
But
big.
again, what does Jeff Johns and Berg have to do with what happened? This is where I'm confused.
Oh.
Well, I could do more research on it right now, especially.
Fisher said was that they enabled that kind of behavior for Josh to act out.
And they're both executive producers, so they were always on like on the scenes and shit. Oh, I thought he was gonna say something. Like you looked like he was about to say something. You kind of
I forgot what I was gonna say.
He's speechless. But so I'm gonna read off Kayla hashtag Kayla hashtag my girlfriend hashtag I love you. Yeah, see now she gets a shout out on the pod, and now it's like she said she don't need no clout from me. She doesn't. It's true, but this is what she said. What? Oh, okay. So she said, I just wanted to say, I think Ray was saying that accountability over entertainment was because popular people in the entertainment industry are not ever viewed as quote unquote bad people because they are famous, and we, the people, are seeing those famous people's faces, and people get attached and become hardcore fans to the extent where status in the entertainment industry overshadows the reality that they are regular people to who are quote unquote good and bad. But if it is in a situation where the person of status does something wrong, they need real life accountability for their real actions, regardless of who they are. Facts.
God damn.
Damn.
God
damn. Just
shorty.
She was just spitting facts, but that is also a great point. Yeah, like Joss Whedon is seen as the guy who did the two Avengers films, the first two Avengers films. Like, oh, you can't take that away from him. Like, it's like, oh, he got the Avengers.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, dude, like, cool, he did great work. You're still a douchebag. Trofeo Jair. Like,
come on, fam.
But that still doesn't take away the fact that you could allegedly still be a douchebag. And this is where things start to get interesting for me, because I want to start to see if, let's say, someone like Chris Evans, who will probably not get another Marvel check, maybe not ever, but in a while,
he get royalties.
No, but I'm talking about like seeing him again. I don't think we're gonna see him again for a very, very long time, right? So what if, like, he might even back this up and be like, yo, Josh was a dickhead on both occasions, because again, they're getting paid big bucks. So obviously at the time of, they're not going to say nothing because they want to keep playing these characters and they want to keep getting that check.
Yeah.
But now that it's all, and like, let's say Scarlett Johansson, right? Especially her as a woman, like the only real like big name woman that was in both those Avengers films at the time. And especially with that one scene, even though it might not have been her, it might have been her body double. It's still like maybe she. But I want to see if maybe after Black Widow releases and everything, she speaks up on it, or it doesn't have to be any like afterwards, but years later down the road,
But the NDA has been cleared on those movies, so.
No, I get it, but if she says something now and like then it causes controversy for the release of the movie, like it's gonna look bad on Marvel, it's gonna look bad on Disney.
He speaks out on it. I think it would be the opposite. It might be more support, because depending on whatever the situation was with them, I don't know anything about that side. Kevin he doesn't tell me about those things.
Kevin don't speak up.
Nah, he don't tell me about those things. But what I do understand from this situation is that clearly Ray Fisher is pissed off about some shit. Joss did some fucked up shit behind the scenes, and that's all we know. And that's all I could really say on it.
You could have just been a dickhead. Doesn't mean you're bad at your job. You're just a dickhead.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he probably.
But so right. It depends on.
I can't hear you, Ariel.
Roll that ass.
I hear you now. What were you saying?
I was saying it kind of all depends on if Ray Fisher decides to elaborate more on what exactly the kind of things he was doing, But from what it seems, it doesn't. It seems like what he was doing was kind of like. So I get what you mean. Like, yeah, some directors or like people in general could just be dickheads,
Yeah.
but it doesn't seem like he's talking about like oh, Josh was like whatever, he was just a dickhead. It more seems like he was like, yo, like this dude was just like saying stupid shit, like
So the N word.
that shit was not funny, but that shit was funny. Yeah, someone like pretended like it was like a Ray Fisher tweet. It's like, oh, and he said the N word without permission. It's like, what?
Without permission.
But so actually, what's his name? Spoke up on it. Homeboy Berg, John Berg. Let me find the tweet that he said. Yeah, he said
It's because they wanted him to say booyah, and he didn't like that, right?
He's like, I remember Fisher being upset that we wanted him to say booyah, which is a well-known saying of Cyborg in the animated series. Yeah. Dude, stop deflecting.
Yeah.
Really? Ray is gonna get mad just because you wanted him to say booyah? No,
I wonder
highly
if Zach
doubt
wanted
it.
him to say booyah though, because I feel like it's not something Zach would do.
Especially not in the first film. Like, I feel that we're introduced to Cyborg. Either way, I don't think he would have been mad at the fact that they're making him say booyah. Like, there's clearly a deeper meaning. There's clearly something deeper that went on that he was tight about. So
it's silly without.
We have to acknowledge the fact that it could just be because he didn't get the attention he wanted, and now he's looking for it.
yes, but if all these other crew members and cast members,
they're all people who don't matter, bro.
Bro, what? Don't matter?
You know what I mean? They're not people. They're not big screen. They're not famous. They're people. They probably want attention too, bro. You gotta at least. I'm not saying that's what it is.
Right. No, but I know you're playing devil's advocate. I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
So stop.
But stop. We're all trying to agree on something. Gosh.
I'm neither gonna agree or disagree with any of this until I get more info.
No. I was just joking, but I'm saying that's a great point though. You're absolutely right. They could just be like, oh, facts. Like that one time I wanted that bagel and he took it.
It's definitely not that they don't matter. I was joking. It's just like
no, I know what
that's how they see it. That's how they see
the big
it.
Names.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm hoping, and it sucks now that the day, like literally hours afterwards, Jason signs that deal with John Berg and Jeff Johns producing the film.
Stuff is kind of some Lego piece shit. Because this is okay. Jason Momoa signs this deal. Ray Fisher tweets out that video. Then Ray Fisher tweets out the follow up to that video. It just all seems not like it's a setup, but it just seems very convenient, especially with the
like
diverse thing going on as well.
Like trying to get more clout.
What if that?
I am not accused. I do not want to accuse Ray Fisher of clout chasing. I just think that it is very convenient that all this stuff is also going on at the same time. But also, again, maybe the NDA cleared and he's able to speak on it again. So I hope that's what it is. I don't know. I just would want more information, because imagine if he would have tweeted that last tweet that he did and then did a response, a thread, like
elaborating
everything.
Yeah. Well, the plot thickens because Alan Tudyk, who he plays
Mr. Nobody in Doom Patrol.
Yes, and voices the Joker in the Harley Quinn show.
Voices K2, I think, in Rogue One.
Yes. Oh, and he voices Clayface in that same Harley Quinn animated series. Oh. Talented dude, funny dude. So Variety reported the news, right? Ray Fisher accuses Joss Whedon of abusive, unprofessional behavior on Justice League. Alan Tudyk tweets at that and says, wasn't there, but I have known Joss for 17 years and I honestly can't even imagine it. And I have a pretty good imagination.
Wasn't there, dude.
Right.
He's known him, but not on set, not as a fucking direct. Not on his job.
Right. Someone literally like edited that tweet and crossed out everything but wasn't there. They're like, okay, there's your answer. Like, yeah, dude, I get it. Maybe in other things he was great, or you guys have a great relationship. you weren't there for what Ray's talking about now. So that and then the plot thickens even more because James Gunn liked that tweet. And now DC fans are like, wow, oh my God. So people are about to start
He liked what
boycotting.
tweet?
He liked the tweet that Alan Tudyk did to the tweet in regards. This is going to be like a whole tweet chain, right? It's like, yeah, he liked the tweet in regards to that tweet that mentioned that tweet with that tweet.
Now, Tudyk and James Gunn are now canceled.
Well,
He
James
just like likes it by accident. Oh fuck!
He's like, no, that's not what I meant to do. But so right, like a lot of especially the Zack Snyder supporters and the Snyderverse supporters, they're obviously very upset about the whole situation. But I mean, to be honest, as a DC fan in general, and as a I guess comic book fan in general, like if these turn out to be true, like that fucking sucks, dude. Like, come on. Who wants to A, experience that, and B, us as fans, like who wants to really, like see that? Like that's garbage. Like you're a garbage human being if that is the truth. Again, I am not gonna I'm gonna call Joss Whedon trash on his work for Justice League. That I will do because those are facts that happened and we saw. But I'm not gonna judge anything like anyone else, like you two are doing, until we get more of like.
I'll be right back.
All right. Well, he goes. Some closing remarks on it. So Zach has not publicly spoken out about this.
Yeah, he has not.
Okay. I've been on Mars, guys.
Yeah, he's just liked Ray's tweets on it.
So I don't know.
And he's liked people who have talked about it. But here's the thing though. I don't think he was on set, right? Like at the time that Joss was in.
No,
I think
no.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm assuming here is he obviously didn't know what was going down at the moment, but if he's close with these stars and the other people behind the scenes, there you go. Perfect. Someone that's close to Zach, Clay Enos. I hope I pronounced his last name correctly. But he said I believe he tweeted back at Ray. He said either I agree or he in one shape or another, one form or another, he completely was siding with Ray on this. And as you know, he's Zach's photographer. Like he was doing the photography for Justice League and everything. So he was probably still on set, doing more work with the photos and everything. So this, I think there's enough traction and enough backup for people to be like, yeah, this is very highly, can be true. And Zach is just liking things, but he has not publicly said anything.
I'm just waiting for Ray to elaborate a bit more on that because it's showing smoke and no fire. It's weird. It's a situation. I want to believe Ray and I want to be on his side about things, especially if he's been mistreated and stuff.
Right.
But
not gonna lie though, I hope it's true.
Yeah.
In a very weird way, yeah.
Hate what he did with Justice League. I like Age of Ultron and the first Avengers, but bro, that wasn't for you. You should have never touched it.
So yeah. All right. So then, if that's the case, then do you think Justice League should have even been made the first time around?
What do you mean? Like
what?
Like if Zach was the dickhead?
It should have. No, not the dickhead.
Don't ever put that picture in my head. No, it's not possible.
It's not possible.
Let me finish. Espera.
Nossa.
What if when the unfortunate passing of Zach's daughter happened, what if WB was just like, shut everything down until you're ready to come back? We get in this production up and going again.
Understandable.
Responsibly, they should have done that for just support for him.
But they wanted money.
They wanted money, and that's disrespectful.
Marvel,
that's far.
Right. It's so again, like
put a lot of that blame on Joss. Well, again, partial blame, like what you said, Junior.
Right.
He got called in for the job. He has also a family to feed and stuff, so he did what he felt he needed to do. And also, these were reshoots that were in crunch time, which is fine. I don't know what Christopher Nolan could come up with in 3-4 months of shooting
Right.
shoots for something,
Uh-huh.
but I know it's not going to be good. It's not going to be refined. It's not going to be something like Avengers or Age of Ultron, even though that
Yeah.
had its flaws too. I can
Right.
admit that.
So
what if it's true that he pushed for the vision of like Zack Snyder's vision to just get removed?
well, no,
What if it comes out that that's true?
no, that's exactly what I was going to touch on right now. So we know firsthand, Warner Brothers didn't like Zack's vision, so they saw this as a perfect opportunity. So, which makes it even more fucked up to be like, okay, Josh, come in and try your best to fix the mess that Zack did, basically. Because again, quote unquote, they supposedly said that it was unwatchable, right? So
He said that before he even joined, right?
yeah, like when because they never said Zack got fired. They're like, oh, because of this tragedy, like Zack will have to be spend time with his family, move on from
No, I
the
know.
project.
They said it was unwatchable
Mhm.
before Joss was even in the picture.
Yeah.
yeah,
They weren't fucking with Zack because of BVS. So they're like, oh, like we called this guy to come in and give us something that Marvel's doing, and it's just not up there. And so, Zack's doing Justice League and, the unfortunate passing of his daughter. And then they're like, perfect. I mean, to me, that's what it looks like, right? It's like, perfect. Joss, come in, finish this, make it good. And then guess what, assholes? You get a clusterfuck. So congratulations. Applause to you. But and that's, to me, karma is a very funny thing, right? And Zack is
karma to who?
no. Well, karma can be used in both inferences. It's like Zack right now is getting good karma, because from what people have said about him, even our last guest, Scott Fowler, right? He did a couple days on Army of the Dead, and he was like, "I will work with Zack again in a heartbeat." I haven't met I haven't met any actors besides Scott that's worked with Zack, but like the actors that have said in interviews or talked about Zack Snyder, not a single one of them has said anything remotely bad about him. Michael Shannon the other day, last week or 2 weeks ago, was on an interview, and they told him, oh, Zack's getting his vision released, and he's like, oh my god, like that's awesome. Like I'm so thrilled for him. I'm so happy for him. Jesse Eisenberg, same thing. Like J.K. Simmons, same thing. These dudes, like, clearly there's a pattern with Zack. So that's going back to my point of, I completely forgot because I just was praising Zack so much. Karma. So right.
Yeah, I'm talking about Bad Karma. Who's it? Bad Karma to Warner Brothers?
Yeah, to Warner Brothers.
But they're making money again.
I guess, but I see it as more of a from an ethical standpoint. It's like they're like, oh, we dropped the ball. Yeah, we're still well technically they lost money off Justice League because it didn't make back. It didn't earn what they had spent on it. No. So good, thumbs up. And but right, I see more of an ethical thing because although they're gonna make money off of Zack's Justice League, at least it's Zack's Justice League, and that's what I'm happy for. And that's again, to my point, good karma for Zack, because clearly he seems to be an outstanding person to casting crew members, so he's gonna get his vision released.
I thought it flopped. It didn't flop.
What, Justice League?
Yeah,
it didn't flop.
The budget is roughly $300 million. God, 300 million, dude.
But like, how much did it make back? Like 5 something, right?
657,924,000.
Ew, it made that much.
Told you, bro.
BVS made more than that.
Yeah,
of course.
But
Great movie.
right, BVS was a huge movie. And again, guys, it doesn't have to hit $1 billion in order to be a huge success. Like it profited
Blade Runner
crazy.
2049 fucking flopped at the box office, but
And I heard that movie was amazing.
Oscar winner for cinematography and sound mixing. So
Hold that.
Didn't Dr. Doolittle fucking flop like crazy too?
yeah,
I heard that sucked. So
That
Lost
sucks.
that sucks.
My
Family.
God, bro.
Nah, but it's it's a tricky situation, and yeah, like we're saying, we just need more information right now. Like
Yeah,
that's what we're hoping for. Do you guys think Zach is gonna say something publicly
no, it doesn't matter.
About Joss?
about the whole situation right now?
That don't matter. He need to focus on finishing that movie.
Yeah,
Matter.
I don't think he
he's
will
trying
anyway
to stay on good terms with
WB.
just so because he you never know, bro. He could
Nah,
just continue, bro.
remember that. AT&T is daddy now. WB ain't running shit like they used to. Things aren't the same. Whether we know it for
It's they still own Warner Brothers. You're still creating a bad image
Right.
for your company.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. But no, but like Brian's point. So I think a lot, not particularly in terms of clearing this stuff up, but in terms of whether Zach is staying on for more, will be at DC Fandom in August. I think if they're gonna announce more Zach stuff, he has his own section though. So that's why I feel like, yeah, we're gonna get to talk a lot about his Justice League movie, but I feel like, yeah, there might be more projects in the works. And again, this is all specs, all speculation, guys. Like I don't want anyone to be like, go back and be like, oh, I heard it on the Chillin' with Villains podcast that Zach has more projects coming.
Nah, say it. Put our name out there. I don't give a fuck. Yo, they need to make the Snyderverse a thing, like legit Snyderverse.
Well, if they're hinting at a DC multiverse, it's like, yeah, you got CW here, you got DC Extended Verse here, you got Zach verse here, Snyderverse here. So it's like
CW verse, Snyderverse, fucking
DCEU, like one-offs like Joker,
one-off verse.
one-off verse. But so that's what I'm waiting for, to see if we do have more Zach projects coming up. And so bouncing off that, do you guys think any of these other bigger stars in the film are going to say something about it? No?
unless they come out with the T. I don't.
So right, here's the thing. If it's true, because if it's false, here's the thing. If no one else says something about it, does it make Ray look bad in a sense that he's the only one that spoke out on it? Or does it make him bold for, I guess it depends if it's true or false, right?
Depends if it's true or false. I think Ben won't say anything because he's just a gentleman and he doesn't give a fuck and he just doesn't want to get involved
somewhere.
Huh?
Ben is in Cuba somewhere.
Yeah, he's chilling, bro. Who else?
Like, yo, you see this shit? It's like unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really follow these people, so I don't know how they are. I don't follow like them on like accounts.
And on top of that, yeah, I don't keep up with what Gal's doing. I don't.
So I can't exactly. I know Ben probably wouldn't. I could say that, but I don't know about Gal. Like, what the fuck does she even tweet about? Is she the type of person you think, Junior? I know you follow him, so you think like Gal would say something?
She speaks out about COVID, about COVID-19.
Yeah, she's been talking more, humanitarian work, I guess. Were you just bullshitting, Ariel? Yeah, right. 100% just bullshitting. That's why you gave that look. Nah, but she's not really active like that. Either. The only one that I could see really saying something, or at least I thought until he got whatever this contract is for the whatever fucking movie I said earlier that he's doing. That what did I say earlier that he's voicing? Something to do with snow.
Something I'm not gonna watch.
Come on, what do y'all have to remember?
Jack Frost.
It was
what the fuck is that?
Frosty the Snowman.
I'm good, bro.
I'm good too. Right, I'm good. I'm chilling. But so I was thinking, when Ray said that, I was like, ooh, like I feel like Jason's gonna say something, and then that news drops. I'm like, ooh, maybe he's not gonna say something now. So it's just like,
well,
I just want the truth.
Yeah, I don't see how Jason saying something would fuck up his bag with Frosty the Snowman?
Because Jeff Johns and John Berg are producing it.
I don't. I'm sorry. I'm not retaining the info.
Oh my god. Huh?
Chisme. I don't know what the Portuguese word is for bochinche.
I
Wow.
don't know what that is.
Say it in English for gossip.
Fofoca.
Fofoca. Fofoca.
No.
Fofoca. No.
Fofoca.
But it nah, dude. I'm gonna go like I feel like Ray is 100% telling the truth. And like let me take a look here. Some of the comments on this that I just posted. Dude was like, shout out jhouse_comics. He goes, it's all true. All you have to do is watch the movie. I was like, damn, dropping bars.
No,
I'm good.
That's the thing. That's why y'all so skeptical, because y'all only seen it once, so y'all don't remember how bad it was.
It ain't worth it though.
Y'all don't remember how awkward that shit was.
Burned into my memory. I very much remember that.
He said it's burned. So this other guy right here, shout out Mikey G47. There's no way Ray, of all people, would lie about something like this. I 100% believe him, and not to be too toxic, but the fact that Joss and Gunn are liking certain tweets defending Joss with the implication that Ray is lying just further shows how scummy they are. That's true. Instead of Joss going like, hey, no, this is false, he's just secretly liking people's tweets. Reminds me of somebody, right? Reminds you of somebody. Twitter fingers. Fuck you, 45. But nah, like it's true though. He's over here just liking shit. So if something's not true about you, wouldn't you want to speak out on it like immediately? Be like false. Like this is not true.
But again, it's also the internet.
But right, wouldn't you want to clear your name, because someone could say something and it'd be 100% false.
Maybe he's just trying to find the right words. He doesn't want to fuck it up because he's lying.
Yo, him, Jeff Johns and John Berg on like a Zoom call right now. They're like, yo, how are we gonna fix this? How are we?
Yeah. Yo, they're coming out about me being a fucking piece of shit. How do I hide this?
And then Joe John's like, well, you kind of are a piece of shit. And then they all just start laughing. Like I feel like that's the scenario that I'll play. But like, yeah, I am, right? But how do we convince them I'm not?
Exactly.
I hope this blows over.
So how do you feel, MCU fanboy? Because Joss is your boy. You love Joss Whedon. You love Joss Whedon. You defend him.
Fucking make like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah, unfortunately, he is the creator of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Like, he's good, bro. Like, it's just like maybe he's just a dick.
Fine.
Maybe he just didn't want to be there.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I kind of like this point of view real quick. Let's talk about that.
Maybe he just didn't want to be there. Like,
what if they're like, what if
take this dude's daughter just died? What the fuck am I doing here? Why am I trying to fix this movie? It's probably just didn't want to fucking be there.
Right. That's a great point.
Or maybe the actors like Ray Fisher is such a big fan of Zack Snyder.
There's like, fuck you. It's like the substitute teacher, right? It's like,
yeah, it's just like there was no chemistry, and
Ray Fisher was in the back of the class like, yo, Josh, suck my dick.
Yeah, like
Josh is like, I've had it. I've had enough.
Josh probably had enough. Like, yo, they fucking want me to be like Zach. I'm not like Zach. Suck my fucking dick.
So he's Napoleon Dynamite now?
He's like, gosh. He's like, gosh, you think I want to be here? You think I want to be put up with this shit? No.
Let's just do it how I want to fucking do it and just get it over with. We all get paid. Gosh. And please let me say the N-word.
Ray's like, no, I'm not letting you say it.
Oh,
as a
Josh, god damn it,
fanboy or whatever, I don't care.
What's this?
Cause I'm just playing along with y'all. Care any of this? Cause there's no context to anything. I'm on Mars. I don't care.
Dude, like, right, again, I'm not like I'm not gonna knock his work. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, the dude's a piece of shit, so that means Avengers and Age of Ultron were a piece of shit. Or Agents of Shield. I personally love Agents of Shield, right? So it's like,
yeah.
fuck.
Bang.
But so I'm not. But like, here's the thing: if all this turns out to be true,
Yeah.
guess who's never watching Joss Whedon thing again? Me. Like anything new that if he ever gets a job in Hollywood, if like let's say it's some radical shit that happened, right?
Yeah.
And it's proven to be true. I'm not going to give a for instance because I don't even want to like stoop to that.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, if that's a scenario, like if he ever does get a job in Hollywood again, it's a straight no for me. Like, no, you're not getting my viewership. Because I did see that now with Jeff Johns. Like a lot of people were like, oh, DC fans were like, oh, okay, now we boycott Green Lantern and pretty much all of DC because Jeff Johns is
behind everything.
Like behind pretty much everything, right? Which is, and if he's a piece of shit too, like it's like fuck. Like I'm a most likely have to stick with my word depending on what Jeff Johns did as well. But it mostly seems what Ray was tweeting was more along the lines of he was enabling it. Like he wasn't saying anything to stop what was going on, right?
Maybe he couldn't.
That's the thing, dude. Like we have
You
no
don't
knowledge
know.
of this shit, right? We have no knowledge of what we're behind the scenes.
That's why I don't care.
Yeah.
But that's a lie. I do care. There's a few things I care about.
We wouldn't be talking about this right now if we didn't care.
Yeah, there's a few things I care about in this world.
Zack Snyder is one of them.
Drama in the DC.
Did y'all see that? I tried to drink my water bottle.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
And the cap was closed.
Good. It's all good.
Stupid.
All right.
But the drama in the comic book movie universe, I like that shit.
You like that?
I like that shit. I don't like it. I want to know about it. I'm interested. You got me.
Unless.
Well, here's the thing. I think this has been plaguing DC, but at the same time, in a weird way, this is making DC. I don't want to use the term relevant. That's not the proper term because DC will always be relevant no matter what. They are right now they're all anyone's talking about, right? Like it's like all the drama, like the divisiveness, like of BVS, that was already a talking point. I loved it, I hated it, right? And then all this the Justice League movie, right, came out almost 3 years ago, and then #release Snyder Cut. So DC is still being talked about. The Snyder Cut gets released.
To this date.
All DC, get what happens? Still being talked about. And then DC fandom. And now it looks like AT&T is getting their shit together for DC. So now it could always be talked about, but in a more positive light. Because all we've been hearing from DC is just controversy. But all this controversy has kept them in the game in terms of popularity. And in a weird way, it's kind of like that's dope because the MCU is just known for being popular because they make good movies, and the DC is known for their divisiveness. Am I using that term properly? I hope so.
They're very They're polarizing.
Because like one day news could break out and it could be great, and the very next day it's like not so great. You even see it right now with the whole Keaton thing. Like some people want Keaton back, some people are like no. Some people are like, are you gonna do Thomas Wayne? You're not gonna do Thomas Wayne. And if you're doing Thomas Wayne, don't let it be Keaton. So it's like there's always drama. I will get to that once we're done with this topic because actually, I'll just say it right now. It's brief and easy. So the Muschietis, I hope I pronounced the last name correctly. Yes, Andy, which is the director, and then his sister Barbara will be at the DC Fandom for the Flash movie. So that's lit. But a lot of people have been like tweeting at her or sending her stuff about Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And Lauren Cohen, is that her name?
Yeah.
For for Flashpoint Batman and Flashpoint Joker. Yeah. And she's always been kind of commenting on those and like giving little like hints too. Like she hasn't said anything obviously, right? So you got any more of them any more of them Flashpoint news. Exactly, but to me, it's like if she's hinting at this, obviously she's a producer as well. So shout out to her, but she wouldn't be. I feel like she wouldn't be hinting at all that if they're not going to do it. And to me personally, not to get off topic of the whole Ray Fisher thing, but if you cast these two phenomenal actors and don't utilize them for Flashpoint Batman and Flashpoint Joker, then Flashpoint Joker is not even really a huge thing because in the animated movie she was there for only like a couple of
like a second. Yeah, it was
right. So, but you have to use Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne, Flashpoint Batman. Like that's just a must. It's right there. You can't miss it. Like you really can't. So hopefully, again, until DC Fandom, which is August 22nd, I'm not gonna believe anything because another rumor flown around is Batfleck signed a new contract with for more Snyder projects. But again, all specs. Do not quote me on that. We will find out at DC Fandom or the Justice Con that's coming up this month because today is July 1st. It is. So we'll see. But back to the whole situation. Like DC, even though it's bad press, is getting. Oh, it's not even bad press on DC, but on the whole situation, just it's like they're still being talked about. The Justice League movie is still being talked about right now, but in the way that it is fucked up. I don't know. Do you guys think? Like if you guys would give Joss a time frame and to tweet to clear his name, what's the time frame to be like
Tomorrow.
Okay, same. I was gonna be lenient and give him a week, but no, it should be tomorrow.
By noon.
It should be
by noon. Deadline.
Cared if you really cared, it'd be already in the
cleared up, right?
We'd be talking about something else right now. But clearly, eso no es nada para él. So
yeah. So I want to say something because I have brought up when I said if this turns out to be true, like I won't watch another Joss product like that he creates or is involved in again. So like that's not including like I've already watched Avengers and Age of Ultron, so like whatever.
Did you watch it again?
Yeah. Like, but I will not be participating in any future projects of his. So now I don't want to contradict myself now because let's say this turns out to be true and they're like, oh, but we need to single out Jeff Johns now too. Again, he is one of the main dudes at DC. So it's now, do I really not want to watch another? I have to like look and like who's executive producing this? Who's producing this? Jeff Johns. So I don't want to contradict myself and be like, I can't. So basically, what I'm saying, guys, if this turns out to be true, I will not be watching pretty much any other DC movie or show again.
Don't take it that harshly.
But that's how people on the internet are.
Don't be like those people, bro. Like
right now, that's exactly what it is.
If you don't, I get it. Like in the future, especially, it's just like it's just Joss. Like I don't know about Jeff Johns and whoever the fuck the other guy is, but like
we're not. I don't know or care for who John Berg is. He sounds like a burger. Boo, corny. I'll let that one slide.
Yeah, just cancel.
But yeah, I'm done. Good night. Second it came off my tongue, I was like, nope. Not
Junior, when you were talking a couple minutes ago about it, elaborating more, I was looking through Twitter at the trending for all the tweets about Joss Whedon. I'm just looking at it. It's a lot of just, if you support this, such and such and such, all this stuff. It's a lot of people just projecting what you should be doing about a situation that has nothing to do with us.
Right. So, because here's the thing.
Twitter told me so. I shouldn't support.
Right.
Hey, you want to join the bandwagon? You don't want to be different.
I saw Avengers and Age of Ultron, and I didn't care about Joss after that.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, but it depends too. If like he was just mean.
So you're saying
that's not enough. That's not enough for me to just not watch.
So what if he says something racist towards Ray and it gets proven?
His hands.
Then that's bad, bro.
That's
That's no bueno.
Then that's like you should never be in Hollywood and involved in another Hollywood thing
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Okay. So that's what I was gonna say as well. Because if it's like more towards the Jeff Johns thing, right? Because again, he's pretty much head of DC. So if it's not to the extent where he gets fired, clearly that means it wasn't big enough for that, which clearly means it wasn't that bad. But my thing with that is because, you know, with James Gunn liking all this stuff, and not too long ago, 2-3 years ago, he got fired because of, you know, some of his tweets back in the day. And now he's liking this. I don't know. I feel like James Gunn he just puts himself in positions to
He's
be canceled.
fucking irrelevant right now. I don't know why the fuck he's liking this shit. He should know better. Like,
right, I'm saying exactly, dude. Like if you've already experienced being canceled and getting fired because of tweets that you made, you should probably be like, you know what? Maybe if I do or don't agree with this, I'm gonna just shut the fuck up, enjoy my Wednesday, and, you know, make sure Suicide Squad and Guardians 3 is a success. But right,
or maybe he feels like he needs to defend it because he went through the same thing and he thinks that Josh should get defended about it because it's not true or it's not as bad as people are making it seem.
Yeah,
he's been through it.
100%.
Person who can bury him for sure. Honestly, if Ray Fisher wants to give context, there's a clear lane for him as well. But to me, the one person that could really put Joss Whedon in the dirt is Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
That guy for sure. And if she is optional for her to speak out about it, I'm not asking for her to or telling her what to do or anything. It's just she comes out and goes, "Yo, he done fucked up." You know, the pitchforks coming out on Twitter again, and Joss will be canceled.
Right.
And, you know, karma will run its course. But you don't say nah. And we should go to commercial.
Hold on. I just remembered something. I thought of it before.
We're back from commercial. Psych, no, we're not.
What about Christopher Nolan not letting people sit?
We're going to commercial.
Is he not a dick for that?
No,
like I wouldn't think he's a dick because I would respect that because that's that old school mentality.
No, when we get back,
our cell phones on set.
When we get back from commercial, I'll elaborate on that because it's not Anne Hathaway. She didn't mean it like that.
You see?
Okay.
With it,
but even still, like
even like the way she said it, like she was laughing about it. Like they obviously he's a great director and great to be around.
Yes. All right, commercial.
We back. So back to your point, Brian, of Christopher Nolan not letting people sit on chairs. You know, so Variety's doing this actor on actors thing, which is fucking great. Like I've been watching them like almost every day. So it was Anne Hathaway and Hugh Jackman, and they both worked with Christopher Nolan before. And, you know, she had stated like, oh, he doesn't allow cell phones, cigarettes, and chairs on set.
Yep.
But what a lot of people took it out of context, right? And obviously, we made memes on it. You know, it's fun. It's funny to joke around, but you could tell by the way she said it, like she was laughing about it. It wasn't anything serious. But I think someone has spoke out about it and said what she meant by that was like when they're in the trailers, like they have their seats and everything, but once they're filming, like once he's shooting, like there's no chairs. Like everyone has to be doing their job. Because she had said, if there's chairs and people are sitting, that means people aren't doing their jobs. So it's like
that's what I meant by that old school mentality.
Right. And I see where that's coming from because right, you get more comfortable when you're sitting and you're more tended to, you know, get distracted. And again, he doesn't allow phones, but if like, you know, once you sit, you're more relaxed. You're like, okay, let me check my phone, you know, smoke a cigarette. 2 things he doesn't allow. But right, if you're standing, it's room for being more active. But then so Christopher Nolan's team responds after Hathaway said chairs on set weren't allowed. So people took it so much to the extreme that his team had to go and clear the air. But again,
What?
right? If Christopher Nolan is saying he's not guilty of this, he cleared it up literally the day of. The only things banned from Christopher Nolan's sets are cell phones and smoking. Cast and crew can sit wherever and whenever they need and frequently do. So again, people took it out of context. Maybe the way Anne said it wasn't the proper way to say it, but again, people took it out of context. I didn't watch that and was like, oh, Christopher Nolan doesn't let people sit? What the
No.
fucking devil?
People go crazy about that, but Breonna Taylor's murder is still out here. You see?
Facts. Hashtag facts. Hashtag arrest the cops.
No printer.
But again, it's like, but here's the thing with this one now. You know, people aren't taking that out of context with what Ray said, which is good.
Yeah,
But again,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? People pick and choose, I guess, what they want to run with during the week, which is, I was like off mic, we were talking about this before we started. I saw IGN talking about who the best MCU villain was. That's, you know, it's been very slow. And I just saw that Comic-Con is announced that Disney is having 3 panels at Comic-Con
nice.
called Marvel 616.
Nice.
There's a Disney Channel panel, and then
Don't care.
there's a National Geographic panel.
Also, don't give a fuck.
Oh my god. Who gives a fuck?
But
Look,
so I don't know. I guess the best case scenario right now. Look, I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna give Ray Fisher praise because I firmly believe he wouldn't be bullshitting about this. So the fact that he had the balls to go out and say this, especially because here's the thing, you know, like he, especially not to, you know, bring this into it, but I feel like it, especially in today's day and age, has a lot to do with it. A black man who hasn't, like, you know, he's not really as famous, right, as his other cast members, for the most part. You know, again, like we said, Justice League was his big break.
yeah.
Him saying this, and especially as a black man in Hollywood, is like, oh fuck, dude, like you got some big ones. Like, damn. Cause, and especially if this shit turns out to be true, it's like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. Fuck you, Josh. Fuck you, Jeff Johns. Fuck you, Mr. Berg. Like, here you go. Like that to me, like, I if it's again, I believe him, so I'm gonna say that it's true until proven otherwise. And I know it hasn't proven to be true, but again, because I believe him, I'm gonna keep reiterating that because I want y'all to know I firmly believe him.
Yeah, and I want to reiterate how I don't not believe him, or do I do believe him? I need
Right.
more info. But
get it.
if I had to choose right now, I'd lean towards believing him because I think it'll be a lot for him to just come out and lie. Like, I don't think he would just say that shit and
Because
lie.
I feel like he has more to lose by lying about this than he has from not.
Exactly.
So to me, I believe him, and kudos to you, Mr. Fisher, because
You have some massive nuts.
because not a lot of people, or anyone for that matter, seems to be having the and it's not, to me, it's not to say, because here's another thing. He could have been treated this way, but maybe Josh wasn't treating Ben Affleck this way, right? Again, it goes. We weren't behind the scenes, so it's like Josh could see Ray Fisher and be like, who are you, dude? Like, you're a nobody. Like, you're just starting up in Hollywood, and maybe right again. Zach is close with Ray. Maybe Ray got tight about the script, and you know, they started having some beef. But again, I don't think that's the case just with Ray, because to reiterate the shit that happened with Batman, with Ben Affleck, like, dude went down a dark path, and I don't think it's a coincidence that when Zach was there, dude was cooling, having the time of his life. The cast members were loving it, and the second this motherfucker joins, it goes to shit. It could just be a huge coincidence. Be like, you know what, guys? Like, my bad. You know, that wasn't Justice. Like, yo, like this is just a big misunderstanding. Like, but to me, it's
Wait on.
nah.
When
Huh?
they say Batman took a toll on him, that was in Justice League or like
Justice League, because in an interview he did before his movie came out, his most recent one, the what was it called again?
The way back. Something
The
like
Way Back. Yeah, I heard it was actually really good. So I'll make sure to check it out. Shout out Batflick. They did an interview. I forgot who it was. It was a Variety. Someone did an interview with him, and they went pretty much really cool. You guys should check it out. It's like 30 to 40 minutes, but it shows all the roles he like, not all of them, but his most prominent ones. So they show it, and then he talks about it, how he got the role, and how he fit into it, and how he had like the pros and cons to everything. And then they did Batman versus Superman, and he was like, I love playing Batman and Batman versus Superman. Zach was great. Again, no real no surprise there. Yo, I'm Zach Venture, brother. I'm gonna shout him out always. Shout out Feige too, though. I'll give Feige a shout out for you, Ariel.
we're not here.
Nah, we're not here for that. I bet. But so then, yeah. So clearly, you can see like it wasn't the role of Batman. It was the role of Batman after the whole reshoot process. But here's the thing, too, guys. Like, we don't know who to point fingers at. There's always been speculation, always been rumors that Jeff Johns did not fuck with Zach's vision and did not want to see it through. And so a lot of, obviously being a Zach Venger, I follow a lot of the Snyder cultists that they call them, the Snyder fans. And they, a lot of them, have a lot of them spew bullshit, but a lot of them also, talk real shit sometimes that turns out to be true. So this Jeff Johns shit could 100% turn out to be true. So again, us here at the Chillin' with Villains podcast just want to reiterate: we support Ray. We're backing him up. We, not to say that we want it to be true because of what happened, but just so it's so that it's true. So Ray is not bullshitting.
Yeah.
And again, we don't think he is. So it's like, and we also want to reiterate though, don't believe everything that goes on. Like just because and I'm not saying in this scenario, I'm saying just in general. You say someone becomes famous and someone just decides to say, "Oh, this person did this to me," and that could be 100% false, But people will take it and, like you said, run with it. Yeah. So we don't want to jump into conclusions too quick, but at the same time, we don't want to tread lightly in terms of it being true or not. We see something and we'll be like, okay, like let me do more research on it. So until, again, like you guys said it perfectly. I do think Ray should speak out on it more.
Yeah, go out for it. Yeah, if it's something that because of people, especially on Twitter, I was seeing a lot that people believe that, or it is believed that if you speak out on something, if you speak out against a powerful figure in Hollywood, whether it be a director or producer, there are tendencies for people to believe that your career might be on the line.
Exactly.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. So
put yourself in the shoes. You think
that's why I said, especially as a black man in Hollywood right now, like for him to do it, it's just like massive nalgas.
And also, fuck anyone who thinks that might be the consequence.
Right. Why aren't we allowed to be like, yo, this dude's a piece of shit. Fuck him.
Whack that somebody can't like even Anthony Mackie spoke out against shit that Marvel does, and I like that he did that.
To reiterate, for that, he wasn't talking like, because he was talking about obviously diversifying. The MCU needs to be more diversified. He wasn't strictly talking about on screen. He was saying more behind the scenes, like producers, photographers, videographers, like all these people need to be, know.
Same thing with what Journey Smollett said.
Yeah, exactly. Like hairdressers, like costume design.
Yeah. Listen,
right.
These jobs are out there. It's just I don't like it when any company, and this goes for Marvel, this goes for everyone, do not say you stand with us, quote unquote, and not back your shit up.
Right. But here's the thing too, though. It's like, and I've noticed this, like, right. Excuse me. Like, kind of dishing off of that. Like, let's say a show like Friends, for example, right? That's a predominantly white show. Obviously, all the cast members are white. All I'm assuming mostly it was intended for a wider audience. And then obviously you have shows like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, intended audience, black folks. So, and here's the thing though, I love both, right? And you can love both. You can be a white person that loves the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You can be a black person that loves Friends. That's not an issue. My issue with all that is, especially today, 2020, why does it have to be like that? Why do we have to have a show? Why can't we have a show that just, I mean, obviously we have a bunch of popular shows that have that, but it's like, again, like Anthony Mackie said, a show where it's whites, Asians, Latinos, blacks, all behind the scenes and also on camera. Obviously, if we're talking about a specific like genre and a specific time period with movies, it's different. But I'm talking about if it's just a regular day show or movie, it's like we can have diversification on and off screen, no problem, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think
I
you need
agree.
diversification off screen to have more diversity on screen.
Dude, you know how many, especially like right now, with our page and following other like other creative accounts, majority of them are people of color. Like, yo, shout out my Indians, shout out Karan, and yo, like, cause I've been listening to his live stream a lot, and
I tuned in today. He was talking about the whole Ray Fisher thing.
But there's so many like talented creatives, and even some exactly, Boss Logic, like Eunice, like we're all
Eunice.
Oh, my fault. Yeah. But and again, that's not throwing shade to like all the white creatives, not at all. Like everyone is talented. Like if let's say I wrote a script, right? I want directors or people like to look at this with no name up top. If it's a great script, who the fuck cares who wrote it? Male, female, black, white, Asian, like who cares? Like this is a good script, and that the same thing with us. I don't want us to like be like, oh, like we're a minority group, so we no. I want us to get there through our hard work and dedication because that's what we've been doing. Yeah, being a minority and doing it like this is a plus because it gives opportunity for other minorities, which is great. But I don't want us to be like, and I'm sure directors don't either. It's like, oh, like he is a great black director. No, he's just a great fucking director. Like,
yeah.
It's like these things don't need a title. It's in my opinion.
Well,
but I know why. I know why there is. I know why there is to show the appreciation. It's like he's a great director and he's black.
That's why I think that's certain films or certain projects that studios have going on could be a bit pandery. Like it could be a bit in a sense like, oh yeah, just doing that because of the climate. Like
right.
Off rip, y'all have known how we felt about the Black Widow film since it got announced. That should have been a Phase 1 movie.
Right.
That should have been out a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Woman should have been made a long time ago. It shouldn't have taken this long for these films to come out. Same deal with Shang-Chi. Same deal with Black Panther. I understand that there is a process for all these things to work, and they want to get the right people, which is why I believe these projects are successful as well. Mainly Birds of Prey, Kathy Ann, they let her cook.
Yeah.
Jenkins, they let her cook to an extent, I'm sure.
Right.
My guy from Black Panther, Ryan
Coogler.
They let him cook. OD. They even let Lamar cook.
Right.
So,
because here's my thing. Like, let's say for this next phase, well, actually, before we get into that, is there anything else we want to touch base on with the whole Ray Fisher thing?
No, we're still talking about it technically.
No, right. But I'm saying directly.
Ray Fisher stuff. I got nothing, bro.
But Ray, if you can, please elaborate more. We got your back, bro.
on our podcast.
On our
Oh,
podcast.
yeah.
On our podcast.
Come
Come on our podcast and elaborate. But no, like, yeah, back to what we were saying. How do you think the majority? I'm not even gonna say the majority, but let's say if they Feige announces the lineup, he's like, okay, Avengers 5 is coming out blank, 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 and Ryan Coogler is directing it. A black director directing the Avengers. People are gonna be tight, believe it or not.
Why?
Because I feel like
It's a big project to take up.
well, one, yeah, and then it's like, oh, like, because a lot of people hated Black Panther because it was predominantly black movie, duh. But like, here's the thing with that, which is like, it's weird because what do you expect? We are in Wakanda, so it's like like that. I'm
Not
not
only
even,
that, but there are movies where it's predominantly not black.
The Avengers.
So like, why is it such a bad thing for
But
this
that
one fucking movie?
exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. But here's my thing too. To play devil's advocate, it's like a movie like Black Panther, it needs that, right? But now moving forward, like if we're introducing Black Panther, like we can introduce him to this other stuff, and it's like, and introduce more,
Yeah.
like Siri, like I'm sorry, Shuri, and all these other characters, like tie them in as well. So there's like the MCU is like, oh, like it's diverse as shit, and again, shout out Anthony Mackie, also on the back end of things.
Yeah.
And because I'm a shout out DC for this too, like giving Patty Jenkins and Kathy Ann the ability to direct this these movies and releasing it. Have we had a female director for the MCU yet?
No. Well, if it's not a TV show, then no.
So it's like, come on.
I need a Latino, bro.
Same. I wanna like we're writing a couple scripts right now. We know we're writing Green Lantern and we're writing Fantastic Four. So we got a lot of things.
The list goes on, bro. We're writing everything.
I'm
rewriting.
Very busy at Marvel Studios currently.
But on the real on this though, do y'all think, especially for Latinos, because we can name a handful, right? Or actually, there's only one real Latino director that comes to mind, Guillermo del Toro. Like, shout out to him, but it's like there's so much talent in the Latino community. But I want to ask y'all this: do y'all feel because of especially a lot of immigrants, illegal immigrants, like and also having to provide for our families, it's like we go more into construction and all these other things instead of focusing on like, okay, we came to America, like not personally us obviously because we were born here, but I'm saying us, like I feel like we're the generation now that it's like, if we want to fucking screenwrite, let's screenwrite. Like we can produce, we can direct, like, and
I think it'll happen eventually. Like slowly, it'll be more, I guess, split into like everyone. Because like you said in the beginning, it's more like you just go into construction and or whatever.
Because I feel like we start to get that mentality in a weird way. It's already instilled in us. It's like, oh, like I have to go this route.
Yeah, exactly.
And then just live out my life the way my previous generations have.
Well, absolutely.
But it's
like construction,
no.
And then they want you to be an engineer.
Right. So, but
now
it's like,
I want my kids to do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but and it's not we're saying it because we're Latinos, but that goes for every kind of minority group right now. Mm-hmm. But and the reality of it is, one gets selected out of how many, right? One Latino kid gets selected of how many to be a producer on here or do this and do that. But that shouldn't be the case. It's like like to me, it's if you're talented, like you're talented. Yeah. I don't care who you like, who you look like, what you look like.
Yeah, but we can also just suck.
Oh no, of course, right? It's like, nah, dude's like, y'all could have been whitey white. Y'all fucking just suck at this, right? Exactly. But the thing is, I feel like there's a lot of creative people that just don't get that opportunity because they're a person of color.
Yeah, and it's two things. I'm glad you brought those things up because, firstly, it's also up to the white people in the industry to empower these talented minority creatives that are out here.
Yeah.
Because Kevin, I'm assuming, scouted out Ryan Coogler. I'm assuming Kevin also scouted out for Chadwick Boseman and Samuel Jackson, all these people. It's just the fact of being consistent and making sure that it doesn't feel forced. Because
Right.
the last thing we want, and I'm pretty sure we spoke about this on our podcast with Karan, that I'm all for having a diverse genre of a superhero film. I don't care that Birds of Prey is a movie and it's getting bashed by critics for whatever reason.
Dude, did you see the cast? Like, first of all, you have an Asian director,
Kathy Ann.
obviously, Margot Blanquita, Journey, Smouye,
Yeah.
Bell, who, you know, especially in a role like Black Canary. Black Canary, believe it or not, you know, especially to the non-comic book readers, like Black Canary is a huge character in the comics. Like, people love her. Journey got casted. You don't think she knew the hate that she was gonna get? Like, so shout out to Kathy, like, or whoever, you know, for that representation. Obviously Montoya is gonna have to be cast by a Latina, but there's a Latina in the film. They didn't have to add Montoya to the film, but they did.
A body in a DC movie, fam. That's
Playing the NYPD. Oh, sorry, Gotham City PD, nonetheless. But it to me, right? Like, Birds of Prey took a chance. It got good reviews, and although it didn't succeed as well as it wanted to, as Warner Brother would have wanted to at the box office, it did well with critics, and it took a chance. What happened?
budget. 84.5 million. We could bump that up to 90 something, almost 100. That made $201,858,461 worldwide. That is not a flop.
No, it didn't flop. I'm just saying it didn't do the way Warner Brothers wanted to. But oh, speaking of this, there's been a lot of speculation that something like a sequel to, not a direct sequel, but like kind of a Gotham City Sirens movie is going to get announced at DC Fandom. Don't quote me on that though. Again, sorry. I just like to put the idea out there so it gets people thinking and gets people hyped. And I'm sorry if I disappoint. It's not me. It's the people that said it on Twitter. and I get disappointed too.
Oh, and my second point to the first point I was making about white people using their privilege to put everyone in positions of power, like Kevin did with Ryan Coogler and all that. It's also people who go out of their way to make these fan-made films. I know that we laugh about like calling Justice League a fan-made, but they're legit guys who are out here, you know, real passionate about these things and doing and creating content regarding these heroes that they love and all that. So I think if y'all doing that, any listeners that are doing that, or filmmakers, screenwriters, creatives, keep doing what you're doing, because we out here.
Right. No, 100%. But and touching back to the Ray Fisher thing, right? It's like, would the two of you have predicted that Cyborg was going to be the heart of the movie? Like
to be important, because he's a walk-in mother box. So
I get that, right? But the central focus, right, especially being, you know, it's being a follow-up to Batman vs Superman, you're more, especially us, well, especially me, I'm more focused on the Trinity. And I'm focused on the Flash because, well, you know, he has his own TV show and he's very popular. And Cyborg, although Cyborg is very popular because obviously Teen Titans, he's well known. He has some great appearances in animated movies and shows. But my first guess, and you know, I could be in the minority here. My first guess wasn't going to be that he was going to be the main focal point. But the fact that him, you know, I'm gonna get the mom. Can you pull it up actually, Ariel? The mom's name that was supposed to be in it. I don't want to just keep calling her the mom and not give her a shout out, but you know, so we're getting the heart of the film as a black character and his experiences after being turned into a fucking cybernetic being. So yeah, saying the reason I mentioned that is because again, like you said, Brian, he could have very well he could have taken this more personal than everybody else, but to me, he has a reason to. Um,
She was supposed to be playing Eleanor Stone, which is
right.
Stone's.
What's the actress's name though?
Oh, I'm wildin'. This is the Doom Patrol mom of Cyborg.
Oh no! Yo, shout out Doom Patrol though.
Yo, can we talk about this Doom Patrol in a bit?
Nah, Brian needs to watch it first.
Spoiler free. Spoiler free.
Oh, got you.
Promise. Hold on. Justice League. She wouldn't be on the casting if she got cut. So I can't even look that up on IMDb. I'm gonna have to Google it.
Yeah, just Google it. Brian, Googler it. Okay, that was bad too. Just give me a boo for that one.
My initial thought for the heart of Justice League was always Superman.
Right. And it's not to say that he's not gonna play a big role when he comes back. Like obviously the main focal point of the movie is gonna take place after that. But from the pictures that Zach has posted on Vero and what he said, is that obviously Cyborg's I'm assuming that scene. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I'm assuming that scene is somewhere has to do with because he's looking at his mom and his dad. So I'm assuming since his mom is already dead, it's like that is either a flashback, but it didn't look like a flashback. It looked more like a nightmare scene. So like, give me more dark side, more nightmare scenes, and give me more Cyborg. And dude was supposed to have his own movie, man, and that got cut. So that's another thing. Wouldn't you be tight? Like, what it was supposed to come out. Also, no, it definitely wasn't going to come out before Black Panther, but it was supposed to come out this year. So it's like, dude, like you're supposed to be the heart of one film, and this is probably another reason why you would probably be tight at Jeff Johns or whoever was in charge. It's like, and then you're gonna cut my whole film completely? Like that's beastie. But again, don't quote me on this, everyone. He is rumored to be in the Flashpoint movie, which he should be.
I don't see any other way that would work without that.
Right. Again, he's a big part in the Flashpoint Paradox movie. So, so again, back to what we're saying is him playing, him as a black man playing a black character, getting cut from being the heart of the film, getting his movie fucking terminated. I would be tight. Yeah, and that would and especially if AT&T or whoever's like, you know what, you're fine, you're under no legal obligation, because that's the thing too. Let's say these things are true, and he is in the Flash movie, he probably still has legal obligations to Warner Brothers and AT&T. So again, like we're saying, big Nalgas because he took a fucking huge risk. But
wait, big Nalgas,
big balls.
No, Nalgas is cheeks, like ass cheeks.
Bro. Is it?
What are you saying, my guy?
Nalgas.
Oh my god, bro. Your girl never fucking told you?
What? I know more Spanish than her. What are you talking about?
Spanish 101.
True.
Oh, buttocks. You're right.
What are you doing, dude?
All right, so pelotas.
Damn, so you've been saying that too the whole time, bro.
And Ariel only decides to correct me now. Wow.
I'm happy he did.
Hold on. I'm a tweet at Ariel now. I'm gonna say he is Ariel Mena is misogynistic, racist, a fucking asshole. Yo, why did I always think it was another word for pelotas, balls? Because you know why, Ariel? Because I always thought balls was just pelotas. And it's like, I don't know. I fucked that up. It's all good. I already tweeted about you, and you're already trending number 3 on Twitter, and you're canceled. Yo, someone just tweeted, the Russian family from Justice League are getting their own solo movie, and it'll be one of the secret DC movies announced as DC fandom. Damn. Yeah, why did Josh add that? Why did Josh add that family anyway?
Okay.
But
Speaking of
So the Flash could have his joke.
Speaking of family, Doom Patrol is that it's a very weird show, and unfortunately, it got good 7 episodes in, to me at least.
yeah, that's
Picking up.
false.
That's false.
That's completely false, but sure.
Started getting better at least around episode 7 or 8, around there, and then the season finale was great. So far, there are only 3 episodes, right, this season. Season 2.
Yeah, the new one comes out tomorrow.
Lit. So
It's on HBO Max and DC Universe.
Only 3.
yeah,
For season 2. They're doing weekly. They released the first 3. Now they're doing weeklies.
Yo, it's a really cool show. I'm glad that you could tell from how season 2 looks that they gave them a bigger budget, which is because some of the CGI is a bit janky, but it's fine. It's fine because the show is very self-aware with Mr. Nobody, like with his bullshit. And yeah, I can't wait to talk about it when we all get caught up.
Yeah, Alan Tudyk, shut your mouth. People like you. But so, and funny you mentioned that because Doom Patrol is doing Cyborg more justice, not with the costume design, but with with the character as a whole. They're doing him more justice than the Justice League movie did, which is crazy. Like it's
at the beginning of Doom Patrol, and now,
100%.
Now I'm like, all right,
but now that's my guy.
Vic, that's my guy.
Yeah. So Joy Vaughn, I hope I pronounced it correctly.
Joyvin, I think some of that.
Joyvon, Wade, who the actor who plays him, he talked about it, and in an interview, and just saying that representation of Black superheroes. Like he made a new short film, so shout out to him. Hear Me. Yeah. It's about Black superhero representation, which is what we're discussing now, and with Ray Fisher and his Cyborg. Yeah. So maybe in the multiverse, like the two of them can meet up. Be like, yeah,
cool. Cause
be like, yo, Josh mad pussy, right?
But is there anything else?
So apparently this is a couple of news sources. None of the big ones, unless it's from like Variety, Deadline, The Hollywood Reporter. Then I'm not gonna fully believe it. But apparently DC is gonna announce 2 secret movies at DC Fandom. Justice League Parts 2 and 3, lit. I predicted it. Haha.
You heard it here first, I
guess. Yo, if that gets announced, bro, I'm gonna be hyped.
2 secret movies?
Yeah, 2 secret movies planned.
So
What's your guess, Ariel?
As long as they're good.
Yo, just predict. Just say 2 movies.
Just choose 2.
Movies that might get announced. I wouldn't be surprised if we get an announcement for a not Suicide Squad. The Gotham City Sirens joint.
Okay, right.
We get that. God. Surprised if we get. Wait, you said movies, right? Specifically movies.
Yeah. Brian, why'd you say, "Oh God"? Bro, you're bugging. Gotham City Sirens is lit.
He's just tired. He don't know what he's about.
Poison Ivy.
Let's say that.
Yeah. Catwoman and Harley.
Movie. I wouldn't be surprised if they
come Titans movie.
Yeah, even though they had a show with 2 seasons, I don't know.
If my 2, of course, are JL2 and JL3 by Zack Snyder.
Maybe.
What?
Well, no, I don't think so, because that's going to be a HBO Max original TV show.
Bro, I can't hear Ariel when.
Oh, at all? You can't hear me?
Nah, I can hear you, but when someone else, like when Junior's talking, you mute.
Oh.
Yeah, because you pussy.
So what did you just say?
I said that it might be Justice League Dark.
And I shot that down real quick because it's already an HBO Max show.
I think Titans would be cool.
That's a show too. That's a show too. Or my other guess would be Batman Beyond. So mine would be.
Oh, maybe some solo stuff. Yeah, maybe some solo.
So especially since they're bringing Keaton back. Wink, wink. Like, come on, stop it.
Maybe it should stop.
Man of Steel 2.
I wouldn't be surprised if they promo Wonder Woman 3.
No,
Man of
well,
Steel 2?
Man of Steel 2 is a good one. Patty Jenkins says she gonna wait it out like till DC fandom for all that Wonder Woman 3 shit.
Watchmen.
Because another movie.
Nah. Don't touch that. Just
Yeah, don't touch Watchmen right now.
Either just give us a cool fandom presentation or whatever and go home. I don't need another season. I'm chilling.
Yo. But yeah, I think that's about it. Let me just double check. Shout out Ray Fisher. Shout out to all the white people that are allies. Shout out to all the people of color. Yeah, got to be specific about it, bro. Can't shout out all white people. Shout out white people that are allies, which for the most people that I know, or for most of our listeners, that's y'all. So I love y'all. Shout out to DC fandom. Change the name though. It's I'm outgrowing it. It's like, okay, how about just like DC Dome?
Is the dome?
DC, give me some dome. No, that's another boo. I'm having a real Nalgas day.
Yo, we are.